Hey guys, this is Big Beefy today, and I'm making another video on bounty missions. Now, bounty missions is an event that goes on every once in a while, and in my opinion, they're the best way to get scrolls, enzymes, all kinds of materials. They don't do a very good explanation on how rewards work in terms of your score grade. Um, I did find out that uh, greatest is 185, and you gotta remember that you always get 100 points for killing the boss. So you don't have to go crazy and hit every single elite in every single challenge. You know, so I'm going to make this breakdown easy for you. Today, I've used up a couple of my chances earlier because I was testing out some theories. Bullets, these missions cost a lot, so it's always wise to save up as many bounty bullets as you can when this mission event ends. You get them naturally by doing auto quest in a campaign. They pop out in your supply depot, the regular store. I'd always grab them as much as you can and as often as you can. Some of the bounty missions, the merchant who's in the mission sometimes offers the bullets as a trade. I would always take it because you're getting a pretty decent deal. Um, One little trick that I learned today, testing out a couple theories, is that if you start a mission and you abandon it, you will get a grade of a C and maintain 25% of the rewards. The math is incorrect, but with 25% of that, you see these, the 10 purple enzymes. 25% of that somehow in this game is counted as 3. So if you got the bullets to spare, because you're still going to lose 16 bullets and you're going to lose chances. So if you got bullets and chances to spare, it doesn't hurt to do it a couple times to just pick up 3 enzymes. I don't recommend it too much unless you're full of bullets and you really need that enzyme. But it is a good way to just get some enzyme at the cost of bullets and chances. Now I'm going to be using this opportunity to kind of show you the point breakdowns and each choice and what you can do best to go about these missions. Are not it's what's the word for it, they're not scaled to your hero levels. So if you have low level heroes, if you have weak heroes, you will not be able to complete even 3-star ones. At my current setup, I do have the capability to finish most 5-star missions without losing any of my health or without any of my characters dying. This is my general setup. This is my server is still fairly new, so I don't have like super powerful characters. They're decent and they do their job. My recommendation to you for bounty missions is the water research, and that's because the water research has a very very strong talent tree. They make your characters a lot beefier, but not only that, but this blood sucking recovers your HP. Not only that, but every mission you get into slows down the enemy speed and has the 7% possibility. And believe it or not, that 7%, there's always 5 enemies, so you chance that there's a 35% chance that you're gonna start off a round with somebody frozen, and even one thing being frozen is pretty decent. So, for future reference, I support water all the way. Maybe I'll look into the other branches. They're all decently leveled, but water is definitely the way to go for bounty missions just because of the sheer fact of survivability. Now, my lineup is set as Alexander first because he is a great sponge tank. Basically, he takes a lot of damage and he restores a lot of his damage. His ultimate ability is to basically heal himself back to full. Um, I usually always have my strongest damage dealer as a secondary tank because they never get attacked, and it's just a safe bet. Everybody else is kind of whatever, and besides, everybody else is water as well, so they can heal off of their attacks. So I'm gonna go ahead. Normal enemies are usually worth 5 points. It doesn't matter which one you choose. Go. And like I said, most of these missions are scaled. So at my level with my characters, I can usually go about uh, killing most of these things without taking any damage. If you can notice, I'm not taking nearly any damage, and my guys are healing to full all the time. The enemy usually dies at least with the normal enemies, they die before they can even get their ultimate off. And a normal group of enemies is only one wave. It's only worth 5 points. Again, I'm going to go with the normal enemy. I took no damage. Since you guys saw my first round, I'm just going to go ahead and skip this one. Alright. Another normal enemy, another 5 points. And what I like to do is I like to keep track of my points, because as of now, there's no point tracker, so you could miss the 185 cutoff by like 5 points if you're not paying attention. I should have 15 right now. My lineup's still healthy. I'm going to go about it. This is going to be quite a lengthy video, just because I'm going to try to go through all the choices. Alright, victory. Another normal enemy. So this is starting to look a little bit risky in terms of an S ranking, just because I've had nothing but normal enemies. But right now, after this match, I should have 20 points. Alright, so now we have an option. We have normal enemy or elite enemy. At my level, with my characters, I can take on elite enemies and not take any damage. Elite enemies are different from normal enemies, that there's usually 3 waves, and it's counted as mobs of enemy. And you know what? You can really choose any one. It doesn't matter, because the one elite enemy is not stronger than the other. So I'm going to go about and show you real quick. Hopefully it goes by quick. I'm sorry. You guys can fast forward maybe 10 seconds if you want, if you don't want to see me go through 3 waves. But I just want to, I gotta double check. I kind of forgot. I did this earlier, but I don't remember how many waves there were. I think there were 3 waves. As you notice, Alexander's ultimate is great for healing himself, and he's just a sponge. He's done 5 battles so far, and he replenishes himself to full almost every single time. There we go. Yep, it's definitely 3. I'm gonna go and finish this up. There we go. And Alexander's back full health. My team did not lose any health. It's 3 waves. Okay, now we have here a different option. If you're not feeling too confident, you can always take the space shuttle. And the space shuttle is random. You really, it can send you forward 3, 5 levels. I'm not entirely sure how high it goes up. Or it can just send you over to the next one. I'm at 6, so it could send me over to 7. I'm still kind of low on points just because I've only had normal. And there's no point counter. I think, let's see, 420, 10, 50. I'm at around 50 points right now. So I'm going to go with a safe bet. I didn't lose any health on that last enemy, so I'm just going to go ahead. If you're hurting on health, or if you don't want a chance that you can keep the space shuttle, and you'll progress a few rounds, maybe just 1, depending on. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and finish that. Still didn't lose any health. Let's see, I'm at 20, 30, 40, either 40 or 50 points. I'm not entirely sure. I usually write it down. I kind of didn't think about it beforehand, so I'm going to have to just guesstimate. So go ahead. Alright, now we have 3 different options. A warp gate is a very, very risky move. If you're really hurting on points and you're really confident about your team, I would highly suggest you take a warp gate. Because there is an enemy in the warp gate that gives you 30 points. It is a very strong boss, and 9 out of 10 times my team usually comes out of a warp gate fight with at least half their health missing, or at least one of my characters dead. For that reason, I suggest that you guys always have 1 or 2, at least one backup tank and 1 really strong DPS to substitute any characters that might die. Because there are some events in here that replenish your health, but they do not bring back dead people. So I don't think I'm hurting on points right now, so I'm going to go ahead and skip the warp gate. You can get some decent items here and there, but I think I'm safe right now just because there's 19 missions. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the treasure box. Now the treasure box, you can press the unlock function and you'll spend a bullet. I don't like spending bullets unless I really have to, or refreshing my missions, so I don't. And usually, normally, when you unlock a treasure box, you just get a few gems, maybe a chip or a skull here or there. The rewards are really random. Breaking open a treasure box can give you a multitude of things as well, but the only difference is that there's a chance encounter that you're going to have to fight something, and I think it's worth 5 points. So we'll see at the end of the point breakdown. And sometimes I did this earlier today, and I kid you not, you can get a set bonus item, a set item from breaking open a chest, guaranteed. Um, when you fight that fight, you're gonna take a lot of damage. So it is a gamble. So I'm gonna go ahead. Nothing happened this time, so I just got tickets. And I move on to the next one. More warp gate comes up again. I don't think I need it, so I'm just gonna go on with normal enemies and not risk losing a ton of health. You gotta make smart choices, guys. All right. Okay, here's another different option. iRobots. I don't want to mess up. Helping iRobots is it's a 50-50% chance of either helping you out greatly or kind of messing up the way you're going about points. Because if you help, there's a chance that they will replenish 50 rage, so half a bar of your rage, and then you move on to the next one. But there's a chance sometimes where you help out the iRobots, takes 10% of your max health for all your characters, and it sends you straight to the boss. I don't want a chance going to the boss right away just because I am more than capable of clearing these missions, and I don't want to risk not getting an S rating, so I'm just going to go ahead and Devour. So Devour will lead you to a fight with them, and obviously they don't put up much of a fight. They really don't. So I'm gonna go about it, but fighting them I think gives you 5 points and also some iRobots. So it's not a bad choice. But if you're really hurting to move on forward and just not worry about the ranking of your rewards, then by all means hit that help button, because it's either just gonna help you by giving you your ultimate charged up, or it's gonna send you to the boss. Alright. Another normal enemy here. Just gonna keep going on my business. I'm well into 12 stages and still haven't lost any health, so I can confidently keep going against elite enemies. Once you hit 75 and you guys got some 3 or 4 stars and a reliable tank, you guys should be able to go pretty fairly far and easy. I can take the space shuttle. I think I'm at around 85 points, but I don't need it. It could skip me. I don't want to chance it because, like I said, I've been talking so long that I actually forgot how many points I have. So we're just going to keep going with the 5 points, considering. Okay, Lost Lamb. Beacon basically gives you gold. I don't think it really gives you anything other than that. I haven't seen it really. You can fight these guys, and you take... I think you get 10 points. There's a Wikipedia for it. It doesn't break down necessarily like the whole thing. You can always fight them for a few extra points if you're like at stage 17 or 18 and you're short of 185. Like I said, remember the boss is 100 points, so you really only need to hit 85. I think I'm well at 85, so I'm going to go ahead and just Beacon. And he's it's usually just always gold. All right, normal enemy. This is fairly easy. This is an easy run. I'm not running into anything crazy. Sometimes the only option they give you is to take a shuttle, or the only option is to take, to go through the warp gate. I think that's for the lower missions. I think for 5 stars there's always 3 choices. Correct me if I'm, wrong. And we're going to keep going. Oh, you see? There's still only 1 choice. Yeah, sometimes you kind of get screwed over and the only choice is the iRobots. And that could be at like stage 2, and then you decide to help them and they send you to the last boss and you didn't get that S rating. So just be very wary about what you're doing. And so this is a fairly easy 5 star. I didn't really have to do anything, and there's actually a few things that I didn't get to show you. So maybe I'll go one more round and show you exactly what happens. And I made it to the last boss, 19, with still full health. And should be pretty decent. So I'm going to go ahead and do another one real quick and just skip through. See, killed 10, 85. Yep, definitely. 100 points. That did the job. 205. That's a lot of enzymes. Alright, now I'm going to keep refreshing. I'm doing the 5-star mission right now, so I can't really afford to do anything lower than a 5-star. It's taking my bullets. Come on. Alright. Okay, there we go. This one is 5 scrolls. Alright, 1 mission less. And I'm going to make the choices in here that I didn't make earlier, so it's basically go with that. And I'll go as fast as possible. I don't think we ran into a big meal option earlier. Or a merchant at all. That's weird. Merchants basically always have good trades. We didn't run into any of them. You can fight them, but they kind of hurt. They don't hurt as much as the warp gate bosses, but they do hurt. And so, if you don't have a reason to, then I would suggest staying far from battling them and either just. But if they're your only option and you don't want to trade, then you might have to fight them. I would just trade even if it's a bad trade. All right, let's go. Lost lamb. Let's see. I'm gonna choose to rob this time. Alright, let's see. These guys are definitely a lot stronger. If you can notice, they're not taking huge amounts of damage from my team. By this point, usually all of my guys have already cleared at least one enemy. I'm hoping for the best because I don't want to take too much damage. Alright. And let's see how this goes. Okay, I didn't lose, but you can tell that I lost. Perfect, I got a big meal. So the big meal only has one option, rest. And this can range from 10% to 50% health increase, or it can just increase your rage. Mind your rage is just your ultimate charge up. It'll give you half a bar. Alright. And I'm not entirely sure if eating the meal gives you any points, but we can always... Oh, here's a merchant. Good merchant. Let's see what he's asked for. I don't need any arena tickets, so I'm going to go ahead and rob him. And since that last meal healed me up, I can chance taking some damage. Alright. And I think they are just about as difficult as... you see? Water that. Look at that. He started off frozen. That's fantastic. Alright. And as you can tell, I took a huge amount of damage from that last fight. Now I'm going to help these iRobots and we'll see what we get. So, in this case, they gave me bonus mission points. And the great thing about water, you guys notice my lineup, how it's kind of hurt? I'm going to fight these elite enemies. And I'm gonna laugh if it didn't do what I wanted to do. And voila, look at that. My lineup is back to full health. Alright, moving on. I got lucky with the Devour. It didn't send me to the boss, which is exactly what I needed. Otherwise, I wouldn't have managed to score any extra points. And a decent amount of elite enemies coming up. The previous one, I had nothing but normal enemies coming up. Let's see. Alright, keep going. Big meal once again. I'm going to go ahead and rest up. Another 10%. I think I'm doing good on points. I don't have to worry. Treasure box. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and unlock this time. And you guys can see basically. So it's a random like I said. But you're never going to get a set bonus. And after this is done, I'll show you the set item that I pulled from breaking a box. Just be careful that sometimes breaking a box can lead to a stronger fight. Alright, this is pretty healthy. I'm running into a lot of elite enemies, so I'm going to get a chance to rack up some points. And I didn't think I was going to hit 185 this round, but I should. We'll see. Alright, I'm going to take the space shuttle. I don't have to because it's mission 17 out of 18 and my next fight will go straight to the boss. And there's no need for me to eat anything because I already have full health. And I'm not really concerned about filling up my rage bar, so I'm going to go ahead and just ride. I jumped to the next mission. Sometimes they'll say you jump 3 stages, 4 stages. It's all random, you know. So that's another successful 5-star. And that's pretty much the gist of it. I think I've gone through most of the decisions. And here you go. The little enemies are normal. So robbing that merchant gave me 15 points, but definitely hurt a lot of my guys. No, robbing... Attack the merchant. Okay, yeah, robbing the lost lamb definitely gave me a lot of points. Attacking the merchant gave me 10 points. So it's kind of weird that they're not the same. Maybe they are a little harder. I think I took more damage from the merchant than I did the lost lamb. I'm not entirely sure, but that's successful. Alright, and I'm not going to go ahead and I'll show you that item that I just got. equipment. This level 60 item is what I pulled from breaking a treasure box. And that's the gist of bounty missions. I know I'm sorry for this second video that's pretty long, but they don't do a very good job of breaking down bounties and how to clear them. So I just figured you guys might enjoy this. You guys have a good one. Take care, and hope to see your comments and stuff like that.